Chase waved him away. He took a sip of wine, thought about it, and said, "Okay, how about this? I'll invest $6 billion. Roland almost fell off his chair. Everyone around the table once again stared at Chase. Could he possibly have that much money? Who was this man? Roland and the others were so shocked that they almost fell out of their chairs. They'd seen people willing to invest, but never heard of anyone offering to invest more than the asking price. Was a $6 billion investment even feasible for Chase? But I have a condition, added Chase. Everyone waited with bated breath. During and after the construction of the Research Institute, I'd like for all the basic materials and research necessities to all go through the construction company of my choosing. Do you agree? Roland was relieved. It was only natural for him to have stipulations for his investment. It was a large sum of money. Of course, he said quickly. How could he not agree? Chase was satisfied with the arrangement, and everyone finished their meal with jovial laughter and friendly chatter. After the meal, Chase announced that he would be taking his leave. He had something else to attend to. However, just as he reached the restaurant's foyer, he bumped into Chad and his friend Dante. When Chad saw him, he immediately frowned. Man, do I have bad luck? Why is it that I see your stupid face everywhere I go? Are you following me? Chase looked at him but was too lazy to respond. Chad wouldn't stand for Chase's indifference. Hey, I'm talking to you. Can't you hear me? Feeling displeased that he was still being ignored, Chad ran up to him and grabbed him by the shoulder. Are you deaf? Chase pulled free of Chad's grasp and asked impatiently, What do you want now? Now? Nothing. I have nothing better to do than talk to you. Chad said with a frivolous expression. I'm busy, said Chase as he wrenched away from him and continued to the door. Chad didn't like being dismissed like this. Who was Chase to ignore him? He followed him from behind and said, You're not busy. What are you going to do? Push paper at the office? Better go do that or someone's going to... He snorted in laughter at his own joke. Chase continued to walk, pushing open the doors and stepping onto the sidewalk. Don't you want to know who invited me to dinner today? Shouted Chad. These words stopped Chase in his tracks, but he feigned disinterest. I don't want to know. It has nothing to do with me. Oh, doesn't it? Said Chad smartly. I guess Celia also has nothing to do with you. With that, Chase finally stopped. Chad leisurely walked around him until they were face to face. But don't let me stop you, he said. You were just leaving. He then turned to Dante and said, I didn't realize it was this late. I wonder where Celia and I will go after dinner. Looking at Chase's deflated face, he felt victorious. But then he'd feel even better after taking Celia on a date. Chase just stood there emotionless. You, said Chad. You think Celia loves you? Maybe her heart's somewhere else. Does that upset you? He looked at him calmly and said, What's there to be angry about? Celia called me a long time ago to tell me she was meeting you here. Chad choked. He clearly wanted to humiliate Chase, but he hadn't anticipated Chase to be so calm about the whole thing. It was hard for him to believe that Celia would have told Chase about their dinner date. Chase, man, you really put up with a lot, he went on. How can you be so calm when your wife's out to dinner with another man in the middle of the night? Do you know what Celia and I have planned for tonight? I know better than you what Celia is up to, Chase replied lightly. It seems like you'll say anything to make me upset. You at your wit's end? With that, he elbowed him in the side as he moved past him. But it really was just as Chase had said. Chad had been trying his best, but Celia was continuing to keep her distance from him emotionally. This made him very unhappy, especially so when Chase was rubbing it in his face. He narrowed his eyes and said, "This time, Celia invited me out because she has something to ask from me. I'm thinking that after dinner tonight, I will ask her to accompany me back at my place. What do you think she'll say?" Disgust and hatred finally flashed across Chase's eyes. He could put up a lot with Chad, but questioning Celia's honor was the last straw. Chad had crossed the line. Without warning, Chase Chad in the face. Feeling the pain, Chad put his hands up to his nose and staggered backward. When he took his hands away, they were covered in... "You hit me?" he screamed, flying into a rage. "Someone had to shut your mouth. How dare you talk about my wife like that?" Chase looked at him calmly, but with a hint of venom behind his eyes. Chad glared at Chase. This actually dared to attack him. "You're finished," he shouted before taking out his cell phone and placing a call. "I'll get someone to deal with you," he added firmly. As he spoke, Chad dialed up a number. When the call connected, all he said was, "Jimmy, I've been attacked. The Victoria Room. Send someone over immediately." After hanging up the phone, Chad pointed at Chase and said, "Let's see how tough you are. No one is tough compared to Jimmy's men." "I've put up with you for a long time, you know that?" Chase suddenly said. Chad laughed. "So what if you've put up with me for a long time? You make it sound like you're ready to do away with me. I'm so scared." He pretended to shake with fear. "Last time at the hospital, I told you I didn't want to see you again."
Please subscribe to the Pocket FM YouTube channel and press the bell icon for instant notification. Check out our channel for more such exciting shows.